Can you record it? Okay. Did you know that in both 2002 and 2021, the United States and Israel were the only two countries to vote against the United Nations General Assembly resolutions recognizing the right to food as a basic human right, according to an article by the United Nations in both 2002 and 2021? Even in nations with abundant resources, food insecurity remains a pressuring issue, showing that access to food is not guaranteed for everyone. Food should be considered a human right because it is essential to human survival. Starvation leads to serious health and social challenges, and governments have a moral and legal obligation to ensure everyone has access to adequate food. According to the United Nations, access to adequate food is recognized as a fundamental human right, making this issue a global and legal a global, legal, and ethical concern. Let's begin by understanding why food is the foundation of human life. Food is essential to human survival. The human body cannot function without consistent access to nutrients and calories. Without proper food, the immune system weakens, increasing vulnerability to disease. A healthy immune system relies on a balanced diet that includes sufficient protein, vitamins, and minerals. Not getting enough nutrients, such as vitamin A or zinc, increases the risk of infections. Certain nutrients, including vitamin C and E, carotenoids, and polyphen- polyphenols that come from plants, help reduce inflammation and protect cells. Vitamin D can help prevent viral infections by interfering with virus entry into cells. And dietary fibers support gut health and reduce inflammation, according to an article by Edor in 2020. Children are among the most affected by hunger. Those who face food insecurity suffer from developmental delays and reduced learning capacity. Children living in households without reliable access to food are more likely to experience frequent illness, recover more slowly, and require hospitalization more often. Inadequate nutrition can also make it difficult for children to focus and perform well in school, and is linked to higher rates of emotional and behavioral challenges from early childhood through adolescence, according to a study by the American Academy of Pediatrics in 2015. These realities demonstrate that food is not merely fuel, it is the foundation for physical and cognitive growth, and without it, human potential cannot flourish. The effects of hunger extend beyond individual health, impacting families and entire communities. Starvation leads to serious health and social challenges. Hunger worsens inequality and traps families in cycles of poverty. Malnutrition affects productivity, learning, and long-term economic stability. Families struggling with limited resources may make difficult choices to stretch their budgets, such as taking less medicine than prescribed, delaying doctor visits, or purchasing inexpensive but nutrient-poor foods. In some cases, families must choose between paying rent, utilities, or food, according to a study by the Food Research and Action Center in 2017. Children in food secure households then children in food insecure households tend to get sick more often, recover more slowly, and are hospitalized more frequently, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics 2015. This lack of adequate nutrition not only limits a child's academic success, also contributes to emotional and behavioral struggles. On a larger scale, communities facing food insecurity often experience higher crime rates and social unrest. Countries with severe malnutrition, such as in many in sub-Saharan Africa, have low GDPs, short average life expectancy, and significant civil conflict. Hunger contributes to social unrest and limits economic and educational opportunities, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. According to the World Bank, and WHO in 2014, and Blankenberger 2016. These consequences show that food is not merely a personal necessity, it is a critical factor for the health, well-being, and stability of entire societies. Because food is so vital, governments have a moral and legal obligation to ensure access to it. International law recognizes food as a fundamental human right. Food insecurity often results when governments fail to provide basic services, leaving gaps that can be exploited by armed groups and creating instability in the region. Ensuring food helps reduce vulnerability to illness, behavioral problems, and social unrest, according to Morales 2023. Governments that actively support food access programs promote equality and stability for all citizens. The United Nations affirms that governments are obligated to respect, protect, and fulfill the right to food under international law, according to the United Nations in 2002, and 2021. By meeting their responsibility to provide food, governments not only uphold human rights, but also strengthen public health and social stability, creating safer and more prosperous communities. Food must be recognized as a human right because it is vital for survival. Hunger creates severe health and social consequences, and governments are responsible for ensuring access to it. Food is essential to human survival. Starvation harms individuals and societies, and governments must guarantee access to food to promote fairness and stability. Access to food is not a luxury. It is a basic human right that defines our shared humanity. When we ensure that no one goes hungry, a fairer, stronger, and more compassionate world comes together. The end.